Hello, writers. So this morning, before I came to school, I didn't roll out of the house just in my pajamas, with breakfast stuck in my teeth and run straight here. I washed and brushed and flossed and combed and got dressed. And then I checked my look in the mirror. I made sure I was presentable. No matter how kind or smart I am inside, if I look all sloppy on the outside, people will judge me. It doesn't sound fair, but it's true. It's equally true of your writing. You may have the most spectacular ideas and the most breathtaking information, but if your writing has no breaks, no paragraphs, if your words are sloppily spelled, if you don't add quotation marks around a quote, your reader will judge you. It's a fact. They might look at the page and decide it's too difficult to read on, and so they'll just stop. So just as it's important to package and present yourself to the world in your best light, it's important to present your writing to the reader in its best light as well. So today I want to teach you that writers reread their work, looking out for parts that are hard to read, like 2 or 3 sentences that are squished together, pretending to be one sentence. When they find that, what readers call a run-on sentence, they add punctuation to divide that run-on sentence into smaller sentences that readers can understand. So let me show you what I mean. I have some sentences here that I've collected, and let's look at these together, okay? And I want you to also look at them with your partner and figure out if something needs fixing. Okay, so we have this sentence. Mario's old, but still popular. It was made by Nintendo more than 30 years ago. So this looks like a perfectly punctuated sentence. It starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. But wait a minute. Talk with your partner and see if you notice that there's a problem. Okay, so if you notice, it looks like it's actually one sentence, but there are 2 sentences here that are squished together, trying to make you think that it's one sentence. So what should we do with a sentence like this? Okay, so we should probably put a period after the word popular. And then we need to capitalize the word it, since it begins a new sentence. So that one wasn't too hard to spot. But now I want you to look at this next one. Don't be fooled by the capital letter at the beginning and the period at the end of this one, okay? Read inside the sentence. So, dogs are called man's best friend for a reason. Friends sometimes fight. A dog will never fight with you. A dog will never get mad at you. So it looks like there are more than 2 sentences squished inside here as well. Maybe even more. 3 or 4. So where should we put the periods? Maybe after reason. After fight. You can change this to a capital A. So we have dogs are called man's best friend for a reason. Friends sometimes fight. A dog will never fight with you. A dog will never get mad at you. Now that sounds right to me. So when you see these sentences like this that go on, those are called run-on sentences. And often a sign that you have a run-on sentence is that you use the words and or so, then, almost like Scotch tape to hold all the parts together. So let's look at one more. Actually, before we go over this sentence, I want to show you something else. Before we go to that last sentence, let's look at this really quick. So it says, do not get caught using Scotch tape words. Okay, so if you see, we have where the tape runs on, and we have the words and so then, and so then, and so then, and so then. Here we have where it says a run-on sentence. That's two complete sentences that run together and do not let your reader breathe. So in other words, your reader has to continue going on and on and on to read and figure out where it ends. Okay, so let's look at this last one. Can you find the Scotch tape word? How would you fix this sentence? So to me, it looks like we have too many ands. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ands in one sentence. So let's take some Scotch tape ands out and break the sentence up, okay? So here we could say, dribble the ball away from the other player, and we could put a period there. We can take that out. Now we can make this capitalized. Look at the net and straighten your knees. We could stop it there. So I think that and is okay. Then we can get rid of this one, and we can change this to a capital J. Jump slightly forward and push the ball upward. We can take this one out. We could just make this one last sentence. We could turn it into just the word shoot by itself as a command. Or we could even say jump slightly forward, and we could take this and out and make that a sentence. And then we could just say push the ball forward and shoot. Okay, so for my in-class learners, I'm going to be passing out a copy of these Scotch tape words with Scotch tape word in sentences. And what I want you to do is I want you to look at these and punctuate them correctly with your partner. If you're online, I will be posting this, and I'd like you to do the same. I will post it with the video. Now what I want you to do as you're looking, don't forget to find the Scotch tape word and cross it out. And it might also help if you read it aloud and think about where you would pause, because that's where you'll put a period. So writers, in a second, I'm going to ask you to go back and look again at your own writing with a stranger's eyes. You'll certainly want to check for run-on sentences and looking for places where your sentences go on and on, or where you use words like and so and then a bunch of times. Remember, you'll be checking your pages, every page of every book, not just for run-on sentences, but for also everything else that you see on this editing checklist. So I'll be passing these out to my in-class learners, and I'll also be posting this online for my online students. Now off you go to get your books reader ready.